tunnels behind me are called Hell's Tunnel, and there's a lot of paranormal activity connected to these tunnels. We're going to go exploring them today, and they've connected the asylum to the penitentiary to the hospital. So we think there's going to be a lot of paranormal activity in these particular tunnels, and some of it might not be human.
There are a lot of myths and urban legends surrounding Hell's Tunnel. We know this place was once a root cellar, but it's also rumored to have been used as a corridor for sick and dying patients, and even to store dead bodies. We're told this is the last accessible section of tunnel, once used for a myriad of things by the long-defunct hospital, school, and currently operational prison nearby.
This may look like a serene area full of aesthetic beauty, but underneath the surface there's a lot of darkness that could be hidden amongst all of this. So don't be fooled by the landscape, and we're going to discover what's here.
Walking through the park to the tunnel's entrance, there are remnants of structures as well as the sunken earth of other collapsed tunnels. Well-manicured paths wind through an eerily beautiful landscape. The tunnel itself is over 440 feet of graffiti-covered stone that the city has kindly lit for passage through. The original tunnels were hand-carved by pickaxe, and there's a constant, powerful airflow thanks to 2 ventilation shafts in the ceiling.
Some of these images, of course, have just been sprayed by the local youth and people that go through here. But it adds to the atmosphere when you start seeing stuff like this, and it really makes your skin crawl, gives you goosebumps all over your skin.
We're told that every time the city paints over the graffiti, it's not long before the tunnel is again covered in it.
It's very interesting when you think about the vagrants, the homeless people that have been living down this tunnel, and you start to see some of the graffiti where people have written things like alone and a sad face. And you also have images of gravestones, but this goes back to prehistoric times when we had blood and we used to put our hands on the wall of the caves from 5,000 years ago, and we're still doing that now. It's almost like humanity hasn't changed or evolved in any way, shape or form, and we're still here underground making effigies and petroglyphs onto the walls.
The flashlight was on and I was asking whoever it was to turn it off. And it did. So I'm happy.
My name's Adrian Lee, and I am a historian. I know there's a lot of history attached to this tunnel and to the buildings that are connected to this tunnel. I also know that it has a very dark past, and there's a lot of dark energy down here. So I'm here to investigate, I'm here to find out who you are, perhaps find out a little bit about the research and the history of these tunnels. So if you're here today, now would be a good opportunity to engage with us, to talk to us, to perhaps make some of the equipment come on.
And you saw how it was picking some stuff up off to the left and there's nothing to point on over there.
Perhaps you're even unhappy that we're here today. Can you... Yeah. I've never seen this device so active. That's a very high reading. We don't normally see prolonged static energy because once it's discharged, it's no longer there, right? So to have that, that's right.
Like take one sweep.
Yeah. In the same way that you'd rub a balloon and then when you earth or ground it, the energy's gone. So it's very unusual to have such a prolonged reading because static energy normally discharges, it lights that up, and then there's nothing else after that moment. We thought we heard some men talking at the end of the tunnel here when quite clearly there's nobody here. So could you shout your name out? Could you talk to us? Could you scream or shout for me? One of the things I'm getting psychically is I feel my lungs are really heavy. So I know that these tunnels linked to a hospital, but having trouble at the moment kind of getting my breath as if I might have some sort of diphtheria or lung disease, something like that. So it'll be interesting to see what comes through on the equipment. Obviously I think there are people coming through here that had illnesses and diseases, and I'm empathically starting to pick up on some of that. It's getting hard to breathe at the moment. That was connected to the hospital or the penitentiary or any of the facilities around here, could you shut your name out for me nice and clearly? Anyone catch that? I need you to repeat that for me. Could you make nice, loud, clear responses?
.4, so you just kicked up.
Yeah, here it is.
1.1, 1.8.
The energy in this tunnel is insane.
It didn't start moving though until you started actually trying to.
Right. And when have we seen the millimeter come on? 4.2 is huge.
The Mel meter measures electromagnetic fields, and in my time filming Adrian's team, I haven't seen one register higher than 0.0.
So that sound was not the fire right there. I don't know what that is.
I didn't think it was.
9.7.
I
Holy
don't
shit.
think I've ever seen a reading of 9.7.
It's
I
on
don't think I've ever
camera.
seen the Mel meter go off from something we can't explain.
What is happening right there?
The energy in this tunnel is insane. We're getting all kinds of reading. We're getting static meter coming on. We're getting the Mel meter coming on, the K2 meter. We're producing readings here that are so large. I've never seen them in any haunted building around America.
Clearly, something is triggering the equipment.
Thank you. Can you stand on top of that black meter?
2.1.
Right on top of it, just stand on it.
We appreciate the amount of energy you're providing. We're up to 5 right now. Who's creating that? Who's generating that energy? 12.1. Who's doing that?
Zero. It's completely zeroed out.
Is there somebody here that wishes to talk to us?
That was an odd sound.
That sounded like somebody sneezing over there.
Or screaming. It could be an echo. It could be an echo. The humming could be an echo. Because when you just talked, I heard another, it sounded like another hum, so I think it's an echo.
Oh, this is going too.
large amount of energy in here. We're registering readings I've not seen before. The whole area is jumping with energy. We're getting strange noises. There's whispers. We can hear people talking. There's so much going on here residually that you can just imagine 200 years of people going backwards and forwards through these tunnels.
If there's someone here with us right now, can you just shout out your first name, please?
After the investigation, we discovered an inmate named Alex had died in the hospital of consumption, also known as tuberculosis, a disease that attacks the lungs.
Did this tunnel system, was it ever used for storing dead bodies? Some. Did you used to work here? Is that how you know that? Did you work here, or were you a patient or an inmate? Inmate? I just want to verify again, you were an inmate, yes or no? Who said inmate? What's your first name?
Could the sounds of coughing and the response blood be part of what Adrian had experienced psychically earlier? Was this the inmate Alex communicating?
I'm having trouble at the moment kind of getting my breath, as if I might have some sort of diphtheria or lung disease, something like that. Well, thank you very much for interacting with us. Can you say goodbye? Goodbye.
Oh, this just went off. This one, yeah.
It's crazy. It has been going off. We've been asking.
This is going off now too.
What the? Whoa.
Yeah.
That thing was like constant right there.
One thing is certain. There is energy here, and a strange feeling that plays tricks on your senses. The tunnel is just unsettling and creepy.
What a great investigation. Lots happening there, lots of electrical devices going off, lots of energy. I've never seen the static meter go up so consistently for a prolonged period. And then to measure readings on the mel meter up in 12 milligauss is something I've not seen for many, many years. Lots of voices, the feelings of being looked upon. There's a lot going on down here, and I'm sure we'll be back to do more investigations.
For now, we'll leave Hell's Tunnel to the artists, transients, and whatever spirits pass through or reside here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy our content, please consider subscribing to and sharing this channel.